You don't have to go to the gym to get jacked. You don't have to. And in this video, I'm gonna explain why. So before I get into the why and how and all that good stuff of that nature, I'm just gonna tell a story about my experience through the COVID lockdowns and how I navigated it. So basically, about 3 years ago, COVID was about 2, 3, 4 years ago now, right? And back in that time, it was we were locked up. We weren't allowed to do anything. You had to have a vaccine in order to enjoy your life and have freedom and all that kind of thing, right? And so, in that time when before we needed to get our vaccines to actually enjoy our lives, we were all locked up. So locked up in our houses, couldn't do anything, no gyms, nothing, like nothing, right? So for me, I started my fitness journey back in 2019, and I was just starting to see results, starting to see like some really good results. And as soon as I started to see results, they just shut it down. They shut it down. It's like they were trying to hold me down or something. It's like it sucks because it was like, damn, man, like everything's shut down. I can't get my workouts in, and I'm losing progress, right? I'm losing progress in the gym because I can't work out. I can't do what I want to do, right? I can't lift weights because I'm stuck at home and gyms are closed, right? And during that time, I was doing like some home workouts. I was going to the parks doing calisthenics workouts, just trying to keep up with it. But I found over time, it was just getting old, and I was losing motivation to stay in shape, because it's like, don't get me wrong, like during that time in lockdown, I've found like a love for calisthenics. I love body weight workouts. I love doing like calisthenics, pull-ups, dips. I like that kind of stuff, push-ups. I incorporate that into my routine today. But in that time, when I'm only doing calisthenics, I was starting to lose motivation for the gym. It was getting harder to like get in the gym. Started losing motivation to work out at home. It was hard to stay consistent with the home workouts. It was hard to stay consistent with going to the parks every day to do calisthenics. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed being out in nature, but I started to lose motivation, right? And I noticed, like, I would have like different seasons where I'd be highly motivated and I was hitting all my workouts, and there was seasons where I wasn't as motivated during the lockdown and I wasn't hitting most of my workouts. And so as things started to trickle in, open up a little bit here and there, I was pumped. I was pumped again to get into the gym, you know what I mean? Because it was finally open. They opened things up again, and then they would close it again and be like, oh man, then I can't. And then they open it up again, and then they would close it again. I'd be like, shit, I can't get my workout in, man. I can't progress. Like, it's hard for me to progress because it's like, it's just something different about, you could buy weights and stuff, but at the time, like, I didn't really have money like that back then. It was hard to do, right? It was impossible. Like, it was a really hard time for me personally, just because it was like, you're at home all the time. You just have a bunch of these negative thoughts around you. Not like thoughts, but like literal thoughts in your head, like negative thoughts around you, just like in your room all day. You're not doing anything. You're just going to work and you're going home. It's online classes, so that's already annoying. You're just feeling so negative that my mindset was just off. I'm feeling lazy. There were times during the COVID lockdown where I would get like skinny fat. I felt like I was reverting back to my old self, right? Because I felt like in 2019 I had recreated myself. I got somewhat like jacked. I started gaining more confidence. I was making more money. I was self-improving. And then once lockdown came around, it felt like my self-improvement journey was just put on hold. And I couldn't do shit about it. And it just felt like I was reverting back to my old self and like digressing in a lot of ways, right? Because it was just a really rough situation, man. Like, mentally, it was messed up. And there is a point to all of this. Just bear with me. There is a point to the story on why you don't need to go, why you don't have to go to the gym to get jacked. There's a method to the madness here. So as things started to open up again, I was in the gym again, but things were opening up here and there. I was in the gym again, but I was just complacent because, I had already gotten out of that routine of working out and stuff. Like I was still working out, but it was just like the hunger wasn't there anymore. I got complacent in certain areas. I found like I wasn't going as hard as I used to. And then I realized, that's when I truly understood, and I realized that I don't have to go to the gym to get jacked. I get to go to the gym to get jacked. You see what I did there? You see how I switched those words? I don't need, and I don't have to go to the gym to get jacked. I get to. Once you make that mindset hack, like it's impossible for you not to be consistent in the gym, because I realized that this is a privilege, because in lockdown I was binge watching workout videos at home, you know what I mean, researching how do I get jacked, how do I get in shape. I was doing a lot of research on how to do this shit. And then when things finally opened up and I had the opportunity to be free and go to the gym without fear of like people asking me, oh, wear your mask or whatever, I was free to work out. That's a privilege. Like, think back, maybe in your personal experience, think back to that COVID lockdown when you were at home alone, feeling like shit because like you can't go to the gym and you're slacking on your fitness goals, and you don't feel alive. You feel like a prisoner in your own home. Like, you got to realize that working out, going to the gym, that's a privilege. That's like, because you never know if we have another lockdown again. You don't know if we're gonna have another lockdown again. You never know. Like, to be able to go to the gym freely and be able to like improve yourself, like that is a privilege. Even just talking like outside of like COVID lockdowns and stuff, like even with like your health, like right now is probably the youngest you will ever be in your entire life. If you're like a guy under 30, this is like your prime years to get in shape. Like right now, it's time to get jacked. Stop wasting time. This is a privilege. This is the youngest you will ever be in your entire life, bro. Your entire life. Like, this is your prime. This is the youngest years you will ever have. This is like your prime years where you have energy to do that kind of stuff, bro. Like, you can't waste this time. You can't waste time, because this is a privilege. You get to work out today. There's people who would kill to be in your position, who would kill to walk again, who would kill to have good health so that they can get in shape. You are literally living in the best years of your life and you're wasting it, bro. Like, this is the best time to get jacked. Right now is the best time to get jacked, because there is no COVID lockdowns. There's no COVID lockdown excuse. And you're the youngest you're the youngest you will ever be in your entire life. You can walk, talk, breathe, think, hear, and smell. Your body's well functioning. If you're not jacked at this point, like, what are you doing? You're wasting your potential. That's what it is. Like, you're wasting your potential. I'm not saying you gotta be like a Chris Bumstead or none, but like, I feel like as a man, bro, like you just gotta be in the best shape of your life. Because why not? Why are you have one life to live, and you're gonna live it not being jacked. You're gonna live it not being the best version of yourself. You have one chance, one life to do this. That's why I'm saying you get to work out. You don't have to, but you get to. It's a privilege. Once you view it like a privilege, once you view it in that way, your whole mindset shifts. And you start to enjoy the workouts again. And that's where that motivation comes from. Because for me, my motivation now to work out is like that untapped potential. Like, imagine you get to an old age and you realize you didn't reach your full potential. You still had more in the tank, but you wasted time. You have one life to reach your full potential. You have one life to do this, one chance. And you're telling me you're just going to waste it? Because it's hard. Because it's too cold outside. Because, I don't have time. I work a full-time job. I do school. Bro, you're full of shit. That's what you are. You're full of shit. There's someone busier than you who's making it happen. So you just got to find the time to do this shit, man. Oh, man. Like, the excuses that I hear all the time. By the way, if you're one of those people who, like, you're paying for a gym member, you right now, you're paying for a gym membership, and you're deciding not to go, and you pay for a gym membership, you have to be an idiot. I'm sorry. I know I might sound like an asshole. I might sound like a dickhead by saying this, but I genuinely think there's something mentally wrong with you, because you're wasting money, and your potential. You paid for that gym membership for a reason. You said you made a promise to yourself that you were gonna get in the best shape of your life, and you are breaking that promise to yourself. I'd be pissed off if I was you. I'd be mad. You should be mad right now. Why are you doing this to yourself, bro? Like, you only have one life to do this shit, and you're just gonna waste it, and you're just gonna like half-ass this shit. You're not gonna go to the gym because it's too cold, too hot. Like, you gotta wait for the perfect. Nah, screw all that bullshit, bro. It's 2024. It's halfway through the year. It's time to get your shit together. Let's get jacked. It's time to be in the best shapes of our lives. What are you doing? It's time to wipe the dust off those New Year's resolutions, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't need to. You get to. It's a privilege. Once you make that mindset switch, it becomes easier. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this type of video. Make sure you hit that comment button. Make sure you hit that comment button. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next video. And remember, there's nothing enlightening about playing small. I'll catch you guys in the next video.